Hey, this is Matt from Trivium, and you're colliding with Yell Magazine.
Almost. Oh shit. Oh yeah.
I think the thing that it has is there are certain places in the world where metal is a lifestyle and certain places in the world where metal is just a genre of music.
Okay.
And in the US and the UK, I feel like the general population looks at metal as a genre of music. I'm talking about the people that aren't into it and maybe even casual listeners of metal. Whereas in Canada, in Japan, in Europe, in Middle East, in Eastern Europe, South America, it's a lifestyle. It's not just something you listen to, it's a way of life, and that's what it is for the four of us. I mean, our band is very multi-ethnic as well, because, you know, I'm half Japanese, Paolo and Nick are Italian, Corey's French-Canadian, so it's like, I think that kind of is the culmination of what the metal lifestyle is. It's this band of mutts from around the world who all share the love of the same kind of music, the outsiders' music.
Yeah.
It's tricky because, I mean, nowadays with horror, it's very gore, very splattery, where I think horror can also be used in a very psychological way.
Right.
I think that not putting these in like my top 5 favorite films of all time, but definitely top 5 like unique horror films that come to mind. Not in any particular order. Funny Games has to be one, because that's one where you never actually see the violence, and your mind has to depict what's going on. I think that's pretty damn terrifying. Antichrist by Lars von Trier is one of my favorite directors of all time. He's a director that helped inspire a lot of the stuff that happened visually within Waves. Antichrist pretty much has 2 characters in the whole movie. First 10 minutes of the movie are in slow motion. It's unbelievable. I highly recommend checking it out. It's very difficult to watch art film. The remake of Dawn of the Dead has got to be one of my favorite horror films.
The
Zack Snyder. Yeah, I absolutely loved the remake. I loved it. I thought it was like a perfect zombie film. 28 Days Later is another perfect zombie film done very differently, kind of broke the mold of the genre. And it's tricky to say of which of the movies of the Vengeance trilogy by Chan-wook Park, but maybe Oldboy. I guess that's not technically just horror. It's not technically just horror, but basically the synopsis is, it starts with this guy who gets kidnapped and locked up for 15 years, and he all of a sudden let out and doesn't know why or what happened, and is out to find out why. And it's got one of the most painful, depressing endings you'll ever see in a movie. So those are my 5, like, out there kind of horror movies. I mean, 2 of those I guess you'd expect, 28 Days Later and Dawn of the Dead, but... You definitely need... I would opt for some kind of great tool. I'd have to figure out what tool that may be. I remember in World War Z they talked about this handheld tool. I forgot what the code name was of it.
I'm not there yet.
Okay, but it was very useful for zombies. Because you need something that you can't rely completely on ammo on, because you will run out of ammo eventually. Something handheld based of a weapon type that was good for decapitating or good for like head-borne trauma that you could quickly get in and out.
Like a baseball bat with like spikes.
Yeah, but have to be able to get quickly inserted into the brain and out, or else you're going to be stuck fighting other ones. You would need some kind of weapon. I think a silenced something would be best. Silenced rifle with a heavy capacity, ammo clip. That's for if things get really hairy. I think a crossbow might even be better than a fully automatic machine gun. Depends, depending on, because you can reuse the arrows. You would need, instead of just opting for some kind of like simple one-use water thing, you would need something that you can filter water through, something you can find fresh water, ocean water, purify with, maybe into a backpack of some sort. Maybe like a canvas bag instead of a backpack, so that's 3. You'd have to travel light, but you have to be able to be sheltered. Maybe something where you could sleep in the trees, because depending on what kind of zombies you're dealing with. It'd be good to be able to climb high up and sleep in the trees. Good question. I mean, for that, like the best option is gonna be able to break into like liquor stores or something for alcohol to clean, to find washcloths or something. Yeah, I think something antibiotic maybe. I don't know, it would be better to like alcohol or antibacterial something.
I was thinking like a first aid kit.
Yeah, maybe that's even better. Yeah.
Sutures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel like heavy metal's come a long way since, you know, the album Burning Satanic thing of the 80s.
Yeah, the Twisted Sister Trial and the Judas Priest. And
I feel like heavy metal's come a long way, and it's been more accepted in the mainstream people are picking on it less. Do you think this incident might tarnish the reputation again? Or blemish it?
I think things are always happening, and especially like in a place like Eastern Europe. I mean, the Czech Republic is widely embracive of metal and hugely into metal. It's a culture, it's a lifestyle over there, but it's unfortunate the way it was handled. I couldn't believe how that went down. I couldn't believe that their law system's totally different than our law system,
Right.
than the American law system, the Canadian law system. So it was, I can't imagine having to even be there for a month, but he's very strong about it. His statement was unbelievable. I got chills reading Randy's statement about how he will go back if summoned.
Yes.
It was terrible that they waited, that the family or the country waited 2 years to prosecute. Then again, I mean, I guess they were probably trying to build up a case because they lost their child, but maybe look into it more. I mean, because it wasn't just Randy that pushed the kid down. And if a venue's not doing their job preventing a kid to keep getting up, I mean, only 2 weeks after Randy was incarcerated, we were in Russia. Kid jumps up once, security throws him down. Same kid jumps up twice, grabs Corey's mic stand. Security throws him down, jumps up a third time, tries to grab Corey. The dude's wearing a Lamb of God patch on his shorts. And I said in the mic on the second time, I was like, due to recent events, do not come up on stage. Came up on stage the third time, tried to grab Corey, and security grabbed him out. So luckily, security did something, and we're all just like, we're not touching this kid. It just is unfortunate because
So it has changed how,
venue,
how bands are...
venue security shouldn't be hurting kids. They should be there for their safety.
Right.
So if someone comes up once and tries to come on stage, be like, okay, cool. Maybe give them a warning. Don't do this again. Stay out there. You're going to get thrown out.
Yeah.
It's just to prevent anyone from getting hurt. So it's terrible, but Randy handled it incredibly well. I'm very happy he's back with his family.
Okay. What's the future for Trivium, like the near future, like the touring and stuff like that? Just
Non-stop touring. We've been on tour straight since before In Waves even came out, and it came out a year and 3 days ago, and we've been touring since before it came out, so we're still on tour. We're on tour for the rest of the year. After this, we go to South America headlining. Then we go to Europe and UK headlining. South America is with us in Dragon Force. Europe and UK is us, As I Lay Dying, Caliban, and Upon a Burning Body. We're talking with some of our close friends and some of our favorite bands of a massive tour that's going to happen at the end of next year. But that's secret too.